अरहंत सिद्ध सुर उपाध्याय साधु सर्व अर्थ के प्रकाशी मांगलिक उपकारी है। तीन को स्वरूप जानी रागते भई जो भक्ति काय को नमाए स्तुति को उच्चारी है। धन्य धन्य तुम से काज सब आज भयो कर चोरी बारंबार वंदना हमारी है। मंगल कल्याण सुख ऐसो हम चाहते ओ मेरी ऐसी दशा जैसी तुम धारी है। ओ मेरी ऐसी दशा जैसी तुम धारी है। So today we will be doing chapter 2 and 1. So first we will do chapter 2, wherein we will learn why we should do worship, what is the methodology and what are the benefits of it. And then we will do the actual puja or the worship. Okay. And we are going to worship Siddh Bhagwan. Okay. So that will be later on. First we will, very small chapter, method and benefit. Ji, I'm making you a co-host.
Yeah, I'll share my screen.
Okay. Fine. So worship, method and benefit, chapter 2. Okay. Second one, page number 12. Yeah, this one. So this is a conversion between father and son, wherein son understands the meaning of worship, for how to do the worship, and what are the benefits of doing worship by his father. And then the last part, where he says that I will do this worship every day. So that is the conclusion. We are also reading this chapter and we will also get inspiration to do worship every day. Okay. So first we'll read the chapter and then I will explain. So Himali, you read.
Okay. Gia, can you zoom in? I can't read. Yeah. Okay. Thank you. Thank you.
Sir, excuse me. Good morning, sir. My lesson number 2 is wishful reflections in part 3. Vitrag Vigyan Patmala part 3.
So you have a textbook with you?
No, PDF I got it printed sometime back.
Okay. Sure, you are Vitrag Vigyan 3 only? You are sure?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
So you have this chapter of worship method and benefit?
I don't think so.
You see the index?
Yeah. The earlier PDF you had sent, na, doctor, sir, that PDF I printed, say 2 months back. 1 minute, sir. I'll just tell you.
You tell me what is chapter 1 then.
Vitrag Vigyan part 3, homage to the Siddhas, worship method and benefit.
So we are doing second only. We are doing second one only, worship method and benefit. Page 12.
But for me, page 12 is 1 minute, sir. I'll just tell you. इसमें पेज 11 में विशफुल रिफ्लेक्शंस है और कंटिन्यूएशन उसी का है. इसमें अशुचि जिसके श्रृंगारों में मेरा यह महंगा जीवन घुल जाता, अत्यंत अशुचि जड़ काया से ये इस चेतन का कैसा नाता. ये है मेरा पेज 12 सर. तो ये अर्लियर आप एक पीडीएफ भेजे थे, उसका ही मैंने पीडीएफ वो प्रिंट करवाया था.
Chapter 3, what is the chapter 3?
I think chapter 3 onwards, it is all right. I'm thinking. I'll just tell you. एक मिनट सर.
Anyway, you now
Yes,
read
sir.
from screen. We will sort this out after class. Okay.
Yeah, I can
Okay,
share
sir.
the new
Okay.
PDF to you.
Yeah.
If you want, I can share
Uh,
the new
Ah,
one to you.
Gia, you send it again. This PDF, right?
Yeah.
Okay. So Himali, you continue.
Okay.
okay.
Worship.
Uh,
So we don't have to go to page 34. How is right faith achieved? We had stopped over there, no? Chapter 7.
yeah. Yes, sir.
Yeah. 1 minute. Huh? Let me see.
Yeah.
Yeah, we had stopped there, sir.
Oh, yeah, that is not complete yet. Okay. So we'll complete this first. The path to liberation, right? So in this
Yes,
chapter,
sir.
path to liberation, page 34, we had discussed about what is the path of liberation. That is right faith, right knowledge, and right conduct. Okay, this is the path of path of liberation. And then subsequently, we also see the definition of right faith, right knowledge, and right conduct. Now, the definition is explained here in detail from here on. How his how is right faith achieved. From there on, we need to read. I think reading is complete or what? No, I don't think so. You just read it and then we will cover it up.
I think
So,
we had just left it. Yes, you continue. What you are saying.
Yeah,
sorry. So we were to read from How is right faith achieved?
right.
Yes, yes, yes.
How is right faith achieved? Disciple is asking. Speaker. First of all, with the help of the study of the essential 7 elements, one should develop a sense of distinction between our own soul and all non soul substances, and thus realizing the self, lean towards our ever pure soul. Sorry?
Ever pure soul to attain realization of the self.
Yes, is the way to attain right faith, disciple, and right knowledge, speaker. The correct knowledge of purposeful, multifaceted elements without doubt, perversity, and indecisiveness is right knowledge. One should always try to achieve right knowledge. Disciples, what are doubt, perversity, and indecisiveness? Speaker, comprehending an object in 2 ways contrary to each other is doubt. Example, is attachment towards spiritual being merit or religion? Or is it silver or shell? Comprehending an object contrary to the intrinsic nature of the substance is perversity. Example, to regard merit as religion or to regard shell as silver. Comprehending an object without certainty and taste. Example, what is this? Or is it something? Is called indecisiveness. Soul must be something, or to say, something is there, on touching some soft substance in the way. Disciple, please tell me something about right conduct also. Speaker, pure absorption of the soul without any sinful activity or feelings, free from all passions of merits and demerits, and indifferent with the worldly attachments, is right conduct. Right faith, right knowledge, and right conduct are also called the 3 gems, and their unity leads one to liberation. Disciple. To be
So first we will see the definition of all these three: right faith, right knowledge, and right conduct. So what is right faith, right? So right faith means samyak darshan. Okay. First of all, with the help of the study of the essential 7 elements. So we all have done uh, concept clarity paper 1 on 7 fundamentals in detail, right? So you all aware. So by knowing the 7 fundamentals as they are, you attain right faith. Okay. So with the help of the study of the essential 7 elements, Gia, you come back. Yes. Yeah. So, bas. How is right faith achieved? That's yeah. Yes. Fine. So the first you have to know the 7 fundamental elements, and then you should develop a sense of distinction between our own soul and all non-soul substances. So soul is myself, and everything else apart from myself is all non-soul substances. So this is how we practice discriminative knowledge, and thus realizing the self. Only knowing the soul will not be sufficient, but we have to experience it, realize it. And that is where the right faith is achieved. When you realize yourself, you have a check in your pocket of 1 crore, but you cannot spend money, right? Because you have to deposit that check into the bank, and then it will go for clearing, and then you will have a clear balance, and then you can spend those money either by credit card, debit card, or whatever, right? Or you can just withdraw the money from the bank and spend. So realization is very important. Okay, only knowing that I got a check of 1 crore will not be sufficient. You have to put it in the bank and then take out money to spend it and enjoy it, right? Similarly, knowing the 7 fundamental substance is not enough. You have to also do discrimination. Okay, discrimination between soul and non-soul, discrimination between soul and influx, discrimination between soul and bondage. Each element is different, independent of one another. So when you know all the 7 very clear cutly, it automatically leads to self-realization. So when you realize yourself, that is the time we say that your right faith is achieved. Okay, so you have already make a notes on 7 fundamentals. Go through it again and just try to find out that how this leads to right faith. So between our soul and all non-soul substances, and thus realizing the self, lean towards our ever pure soul. Okay, so our inclination should be towards our pure soul. From time immortal, last week we had a very detailed discussion on active consciousness. So our active consciousness has been busy in knowing the non-self substances, 5 sensory objects, just because that active consciousness thought that happiness is outside, happiness is in the sensory objects. But when you realize that happiness is the attribute of my soul and it lies in soul only, happiness, so then you lean towards your ever pure soul. And when you lean towards your soul, you attain self-realization. And this is the only way to attain right faith. So now you know the 7 fundamentals, you know the right faith. Okay. So now it's just time you should contemplate about it, practice about it, and arrive at a decision. And that's what going to make you happy. So when the faith is right, the knowledge also becomes right. Okay. The correct knowledge of purposeful, multifaced elements. Okay. The right knowledge of purposeful. Purposeful means prayojanbhut sat tattva, multifaced elements without doubt, perversity, and indecisiveness. That is right knowledge. So what is right knowledge? Any knowledge without doubt, perversity, and indecisiveness is right knowledge. So when you want to say right knowledge, what are its identification marks? That it should be devoid of doubt, perversity, and indecisiveness. Yeah. So now the question automatically arises then, what is doubt, perversity, and indecisiveness? It's explained on the next page. Slightly up. Yeah. Comprehending. Comprehending means understanding. Understanding an object in two ways, contrary to each other. Means you are in a dilemma. You are not sure what it is. That is called doubt. Example, is attachment towards spiritual being merit or religion? Okay. So here is a doubt. He is not sure whether attachment towards spiritual beings is merit or religion. Okay. So merit is again comes into which element? Merits come under which element? Merit comes under which element? Yeah, Jia, you have done concept clarity paper 1, right? So merit and demerit are under which element? Anyone else? Madhuji?
Is it the soul?
No. Which one it is, Emali?
So, so you mean soul or non-soul, is it?
7 elements. Among the 7 elements, you have to identify that merit falls under which element. Arunji?
Yes, sir.
Merit falls under which element? कौन सा तत्व है? 7 तत्वों में से कौन सा तत्व है? मेरिट. मेरिट मीन्स शुभ भाव, पुण्य. So, Jia, what are the name of the 7 elements?
जीव, अजीव, जीव, अजीव, आश्रव, बंध, संवर, निजरा, मोक्ष.
So, out of these 7 elements, पुण्य किस में जाएगा? मेरिट, शुभ भाव. शुभ भाव, अशुभ भाव.
Would it be अजीव? अजीव.
अजीव. कोई जीव. और हिमाली, what you
So influx of
flux?
karma.
Both, right? So you have to again go to that chapter and read it nicely, because these are some of very basic things. And so we did it 7 fundamentals in such a detail, because if you understand these 7 fundamentals, you will attain right faith. So merit is influx or bondage element, and attachment towards a spiritual being. So attachment towards your soul, that is soul element. Okay, Jeev Tattva. So both are different. So he was in a dilemma whether this is influx or it is soul. So that is called doubt. Okay, he's not able to decide. So he is in the process of deciding, but he has not decided here. He's still in a dilemma. So that is called doubt. Now the second one is perversity. Comprehending an object contrary to the intrinsic nature of that substance is perversity. So now this fellow has taken a decision, and that decision is wrong decision. because he is regarding merit as religion. Okay, or to regard shell as silver. So it is their shell. Shell, it's there on the seaside, sunk. So actually it is a shell, but he thinks it to be a silver. So this means that the second category of fellow has taken a wrong decision. The first one is not taken the decision. He's just in a dilemma. Okay, so he's in doubt. The second one is absolutely wrong. So he's a perverse knowledge. And the third one, comprehending an object without certainty and taste. Example, what is this? Or it is something, is called indecisiveness. So this fellow is not able to take the decision. Soul must be something, or to say something is there on touching some soft substance on the way. Okay. So these are the three mistakes or the blemishes that right knowledge does not have. So when the knowledge is devoid of doubt, when the knowledge is devoid of perversity, when the knowledge is without indecisiveness, then that knowledge is the right knowledge. Now coming on to the right conduct. Pure absorption of the soul without any sinful activity. Okay. All feelings, free from all passions of merit and demerits, and indifferent with the worldly attachment is right conduct. Okay. So now we are discussing right conduct. So first there will be right faith, then right knowledge, and then your conduct, of course, will be always right. So first of all, you should avoid pure absorption of the soul without any sinful activity. Okay, so all sinful activities should be discarded, or sinful feelings also. Okay, then the next is free from all passions. Okay, sinful activity, passions are of two types, merits and demerits. So all types of passions, and indifferent with the worldly attachment. Three things. Okay, first of all, devoid of any sinful activity. Second one is free from all kinds of passions, and the third one is indifferent with worldly attachments. Okay, jagat se udasin roop. Okay, is right conduct. So right faith, right knowledge, and right conduct, all put together, are called three gems, and their unity leads one to liberation. Now the question, do we attain complete liberation and not heavenly existence by following these three gems? So under the right conduct, you have two kinds of disposition. One is pure disposition and one is impure disposition. And when we say impure disposition, that means it can be merit also and it can be demerit also. Shubh Ashubh Bhav. But when we talk of monks, they don't have Ashubh Bhav or demerits. Okay, so they have two only, merits and the pure sentiment. Okay, so from the manifestation of pure sentiments, you are not binding any new karmas. Okay, on the contrary, you are dissociating old karmas. You are dissociating all karmas. But whatever attachments is there at that point of time, okay, with that attachment, there is a bondage. A bondage of what type? Of auspicious kind, merit kind. Okay, so you have, a monk does not have inauspicious sentiments. So inauspicious bondage is not there, but they do have auspicious sentiment, and because of that there is auspicious bondage. So the question is like this: do we attain complete liberation and not heavenly existence by following these three gems? Okay, so you must have understood the question. Now I'm coming to the answer. Heavenly existence is worldly. Why it is worldly? Because it is still in the fourth state of existence. It has not liberated. It has not got liberated. Okay. So heavenly existence देव में देव गति is still संसार में ही है. That which is the path of liberation cannot be a path to worldly existence. Okay. So heavenly existence is the result of auspicious karma. Okay. So the cause through which auspicious karmas are bound, same cause cannot give you victory. So there are two things simultaneously happening. One is the pure sentiment and another one is the auspicious sentiment, both going together. So the portion in which the pure sentiments is manifesting, that is the cause of liberation. And the portion where there is auspicious sentiment, that part is cause of bondage, and it binds auspicious karma. And when that auspicious comes into fruition, you automatically get good things in life like heavenly existence, wealth, uh, good structure, good health, good money, good wealth, good wife, good children. Everything good in your life is just because the rise of your auspicious karma. Now, people don't mind auspicious karma. People are indulging in all the time sinful activity, and then they expect to have good things in life. How it is possible? So you should know all these elements, so at least you know what causes what. So heavenly existence is worldly. That which is the path of liberation cannot also be a path of worldly existence. The traveler on the path of liberation comes across undesirable merit. Okay, undesirable. He does not desire merit, but it automatically comes in between. In the path of liberation, those who are treading on the path of liberation, they do have undesirable merit and consequent heavenly existence. Okay, consequent heavenly existence means that undesirable merit had led to heavenly existence due to merit bondage as a matter of course. Following three gems is the way to complete liberation and not a path of worldly existence. So two things having simultaneously, one is the three gems that are pure sentiments, and the other one is the auspicious attachment, and that because of that he binds auspicious karma and he gets heavenly existence and other good things in life. Why do then monks following the three gems go to the heavens? Three gems are the cause of liberation only, but the partial attachment that is present in the lives of the monk is the cause of their bondage. Monks go to the heaven due to their guilt of merits. So merit here is termed as guilt because it is not that something which we desire, but it automatically comes when we are into the path of liberation. It automatically comes. So the monks are always hovering between sixth spiritual stage of development and seventh stage. So seventh stage is the stage where you are manifesting only pure sentiments. But in the sixth stage, you are manifesting auspicious auspicious attachments, Shubhrag. So on the sixth stage, he writes scriptures, he gives sermons to religion seekers, and then he travels. All these activities are on the sixth stage, and that is the cause of auspicious bondage. Monks go to the heaven due to their guilds of merits. So merits is again considered as a guilt. It is not something that is going to liberate us. Okay. So we should not think merit as a religion. It is different from the religion. It is comes under the influx and bondage element, and religion is, of course, manifests in soul only, and it is the manifestation of passionless conduct. Okay. Do you call merit inclinations guilt? It is not I, but Jia slightly up. But Amrit Chandra Dev,
Sir, I'm not sure where is this.
below.
No, scroll up.
Oh, okay.
Scroll down. Yeah,
Page
Here.
36. Yeah.
yeah. It is not but I. Yeah. It's here.
It is not I, but Acharya Amrit Chandra Dev who calls them so. If the three gems do not result in bondage, how do divisions of merit karmas, including heavenly life, associate with the soul? In answer to this, he writes that religion of the three gems is instrument to liberation only, not to heavenly life. It is the fault of the merit operative consciousness that results in heavenly lives for the monks. So the manifestation of three gems is a cause of liberation, but along with that, there is auspicious sentiments going along with that, and through those auspicious sentiments, you get the birth in heavenly beings. Okay, so monks goes to heavenly beings because of their auspicious sentiment and not because of the three gems. Those monks followed the path. Those monks who followed the path of three gems, how did they suffer from the bondage of the karmas? The soul is without bondage to the extent it follows the path of the three gems, because those are pure sentiments. But along with that, there is also auspicious bondage. And due to this auspicious bondage, the monk lands up in heavenly being. Bondage presents is only to the extent of passions like attachment and others. The Acharya asserts, the soul having right faith has no bondage to that extent. Whatever passions like attachments, etc. are there, lead to the bondage to that extent. The soul having right knowledge has no bondage to that extent. Whatever passions like attachments are there, lead to bondage to that extent. The soul having right conduct has no bondage to that extent. Whatever passion like attachment, etc. are there, lead to bondage to that extent. So in one modification, there are two partitions. One is the pure sentiments and the other is the auspicious attachment. Okay. So through this part where there is a pure sentiment, it is a cause of liberation only. But the other part, which is the auspicious sentiment, is a part of influx and bondage, and it binds karma, and when that karma comes into fruition, you get all the good things in life. Okay. The soul having right conduct has no bondage to that extent. Whatever passions like attachments are there lead to bondage to that extent. So we should be very, very clear ki what sentiments results to what. Okay. So the pure sentiments of right faith, right knowledge, and right conduct leads to liberation. But the auspicious sentiments along with that pure sentiments are there, and that leads to bondage. And due to that bondage, when the fruition comes up of those bondage, you get all the good things in life. Just imagine how good things we would have done in our previous life so that we have got this true God, true religion, and true monk in this birth. This these scriptures. Okay. This is not ordinary ordinary rise of auspicious karma. This is a special rise of auspicious karma. Where you get this? Ambanis have more wealth than us, but they are not having this scripture to read, to time to read, because they are having that kind of auspicious bondage, and we are having that kind of auspicious bondage wherein we are getting the scriptures to read, the scriptures to understand, the scriptures to manifest in ourselves, and that is going to lead us to liberation. And when we are liberated, we are eternally happy, always, unlimited happiness that we are going to experience. If we therefore want to annihilate bondage, we want to destroy the bondage from the root itself, to destroy unhappiness, we should follow the path of three gems. So in terms of solution, we have three gems only. And if you are following this path of liberation through three gems, then definitely you are going to annihilate all kinds of bondage, and you will get liberated one day, wherein you will not have a sinful activity or any auspicious or inauspicious sentiments, but you will get liberated very soon. That is the only way to get rid of worldly turmoils, worldly turbulence, and to obtain the supreme spiritual state of liberation. Okay, so that is worth achieving, and that is what for we have got this human birth. That is for what we have got this religion of true God, true scriptures, and true monk. Okay. So when we have access to this kind of knowledge, and if we study it properly and understand it properly, and we are able to apply it in our day-to-day life, then there is nothing in this world that can make you unhappy. You will always be happy in the present, and the future is also very bright. You are going to get liberated very soon, maybe immediately in the next birth itself. Okay. So that is what the stage is that we are passing through. And those who follow these guidelines, those who follow these guidelines of true God, true literature, and true monks, they are definitely treading on the path of liberation. And one day they will be relieved of all kinds of sins and karmas and sentiments and toxic sentiments and everything. Only there will be eternal bliss, eternal bliss, eternal bliss to experience. So that's all for this chapter. Now, coming back to that chapter number 2.
So I didn't understand the monk bit over here. So where the speaker is saying that why do monks follow the three gems? Following the three gems go to heaven.
So,
They are following the three gems, no sir?
yeah, but we are on the 6th and 7th stage. But if we are in the 3rd and 4th stage, if we are attain the 4th stage, we are also on the path of liberation. It is not that by staying at home we cannot manifest right faith, right knowledge, and right conduct. Because it starts from the 4th stage, and on the 4th stage, you can be at in home also and gems. Okay. Exclusivity of the monks who can attain these three gems, we can also attain. Okay. But the question is that how do the monks get heavenly life? Right? That is the question. So the attachment along with the pure manifestation that we have, or for that matter, anybody who is in the 4th stage or 5th stage, they also have this kind of uh, them. And because of the purity and the attachment along with that purity leads to married bondage. And when that married bondage comes into fruition, you get birth in heavenly beings, you get birth in a kingdom, you become a king, you become a Chakravarti, you become a Indra. All these good post just belongs to the right believer. Okay. So when you manifest right belief here, you are going to get good, good things in life, enough wealth and everything. Don't have to work.
So once you become a monk, the next life will always be that of a heavenly being, is it? And then they give up that they give up that power and position, become a monk again, then they move ahead. Is that how it is?
So yeah, again in the next birth they will become a king, and then they will take that kingdom and become again a monk, and they will continue their journey. Okay. So maybe in the next birth, if you are getting a birth in the Mahavidesh Kshetra, you can get liberated from that birth itself. But if you are getting a heavenly birth, then of course you are not going to get liberated. You have to take another birth, and then you have to go. Then you can attend for liberation.
And so the same is valid for female monks also.
No, we don't have female monks. We have only Arjika. That's the fifth stage of spiritual development. But in Svetambars, they have female monks. Okay. So there the system is a bit different. They believe that women can also be a monk. That is their belief. And we don't believe that way. We can believe because we believe that there are some impurities in a female body, and because of which they are not able to sustain that level of purity which a monk requires. And that is the reason why the females cannot go to liberation from that birth itself. So to this birth, you are a female, but because of this three gems and the auspicious bondage that you make, you will get a birth as a male in the next birth. Once you attain right belief, you will not get a female birth again. That is a rule. Once you attain the right belief, you will not get a female birth again. Okay? You'll only become a male and you will become a monk and you will get liberated. That's all. Yeah, Madhuji, you also want to ask something?
Yes, sir. So, sir, shall we discuss later or the class will be late? Matlab, I just wanted to know.
You just
Can we ask? Okay. So, so actually, again, your voice is breaking. Actually. Maybe from here only. You can hear me, sir?
yeah.
Okay. Sir, now, since it is said we have to follow the three gems, and but sometimes it so happens that we cannot see someone suffering on the road and leave him.
Hmm.
And how is the process then? Should we attend to that person? Because we cannot leave that person. That also is there, who's suffering on a road by accident or in some other way.
Right.
So
But
how should?
I'll tell you,
Yes.
you have
Yeah.
a catch. Okay. Now it
But
is
pardon me. You
you
have
have,
a
you have a flight to catch up. Okay.
right,
It's 9:15 and you have a flight at 10:30, and the airport
right.
is 15 minutes or 30 minutes from your place. And
Yes.
there is an accident on the road and the person is suffering.
Right.
You will get down from your car and attend to that person, take to him to hospital, or you will go to the airport and catch the flight. What you will do?
Yeah. Actually, yeah. If it's a flight, we cannot leave it. We cannot leave our flight.
But
But
taking just because you want to arrive at your nearest relative's marriage, and if you miss this flight, you will miss that marriage. What you will do?
even if we want to, other family members are there. That is not with
It
us. With us.
is
If
one
I'm
part.
alone,
And
yes.
that fellow who has gone through an accident,
Yeah. Yes.
find married bondage, he will get some help from somebody else. Okay?
Okay.
That you will do only, then only he will survive. Even if you don't do it, he has to survive, he will get help from some others also. So,
Okay.
uh, under such circumstances, you have to take a wise decision. Okay?
Okay.
Some
Okay.
good, but then you have to balance it out. What is your responsibility, right? Now,
Okay.
there was a story uh, that a person who was taking his old parents to a pilgrimage, and
हाँ,
they felt thirsty, so he went to the nearby pond to fetch a water. And while he was fetching the water, there was a hunter, and he was aiming at an animal, but somehow
yes,
that arrow missed that animal and it struck this person. And
yes,
his parents were blind and aged, and he got struck by an arrow. Okay.
yes, yes,
Now, uh, that fellow knew that uh, my parents are blind and I have to reach there, otherwise, they will be worried and all. And he was struck by an arrow. So he
yes,
said to that person that this is the water, you go to my parents and feed them this water. They are very thirsty.
yes,
And
yes,
went there, and uh, he saw his parents who were very blind and very old. And the moment that fellow came near, they thought that this is the son. And they said, son, you are doing a very good thing. You are taking care of us and this, that. And then that fellow realized that I have done a very wrong thing. Means he didn't intended to kill that, injured that person, but somehow it happened, He was
yes,
aiming at, and because of this event, that fellow left the sinful activity altogether, you know.
yeah,
So there are some situations in life coming up to us up, and they are all situations that teaches us something, right? So we have to
right,
be positive, and whatever help we can do, we should always do. But when there is a deadline, you have some other important things going on there,
right,
you do those things also. So these are all very temporary sentiments that comes in our life, and we should be wise enough to take our right decision. So if you don't
right,
take decisions, then you will suffer. Okay.
right,
So
right,
there always have
yes,
sentiments coming up in between, but when your aim is to get the manifest the pure sentiments, then you should also leave the auspicious sentiment. But if you are getting into an inauspicious sentiment, then it is better to be in the auspicious space. Okay. So you have to take decision according to the situation in your life.
life, right,
Not- It is not always absolute decisions that you have to take, that I will do this only, come what may. It is not like that. So it's all very flexible. You have to be also flexible, and you have
right,
to out the all things. You have a family to support, you have your responsibilities, you have your job. So you have to balance everywhere. And that's
right,
why in the concept clarity paper 2, we did this uh, concept clarity on 4 exposition. Okay.
yes,
And
right, right, right.
take
Yes, I
one
got it.
exposition every
Um,
to get the right answer. And if you're not able to
mm,
apply full exposition, you will always get a bias.
after,
You will always have a
mm,
bias, which will not
yeah,
be.
right, correct. Yes, sir.
Emily, you were asking something?
So also to add, in the previous class we had done about how even if we help, we should not think this is religion, isn't it?
Yeah. But
Right,
like
right,
the path of liberation, you always have this kind of helping others, uh, thinking good of others, benefiting others. This kind of sentiments is always there, uh, to always a spiritual seeker, those who are in the path of spiritual, they don't have sinful activities in their life, but this kind of activities is always there. So you have to just understand and realize that what is important to you at this point of time. So first thing is that you should not consider it as religion. The second is that these are some of the situations that you cannot avoid in your life, and it will come. But if you have a correct understanding, you will not get struck up into it. That's the final thing. Okay.
Sir, I just wanted to ask you, what are the Hindi names for these terms?
Which term?
For the three gems, what are the Hindi names about these?
Darshan, Samyak Gyan and Samyak Charitra. Right faith, right knowledge, right conduct. Okay. Anything else? Okay. Thank you for reminding me. I thought that we have completed this chapter. So we have completed this chapter right now. And now we will move to chapter number 2. Yeah, Jia, you read. Page number 12.
Yeah, I'll read. Worship, method, and benefit. Raju, Father, people were reciting in a temple, Lord, we have reaped the benefit of your worship. What is this worship ritual and what are its benefits? Subodh, remembering the attributes of our most adored Lord, scriptures, and monks is worship ritual. Raju, who is this adored God? Subodh, the aim of the soul is to annihilate wrong faith, attachments, and aversions, and to attain omniscience and supreme bliss. Whosoever attains that state is the soul supreme, that is God. Possessed of the four eternal achievements, the Arahants and the Siddhas are the gods adored by all. Raju, I have followed the conception of God. How are scriptures and monks worthy of our worship? Subodh, scriptures are worthy of our homage because they are the voice of the true God and they preach the gospel of real happiness after annihilation of wrong faith, attachments, and aversions. Digambar spiritual monks, following the path of complete renunciation, are also worthy of our worship. Raju, our teachers, parents, etc., are also called gurus. Should we worship them also? Subodh, from conventional point of view, they should also be respected according to their status, but they cannot be regarded as worthy of our worship in our pursuit of complete liberation, since they are not without attachments and aversions. Only the omniscient God's scriptures that preach the gospel of complete detachment, and the Digambar Jain saints are worthy of our worship ritual with 8 offerings. Raju agreed that we should worship the three. Please let us know what benefits arise out of the worship. Subodh, persons having religious understandings do not worship these with desires for worldly gains or achievements. They have innate feelings of reverence towards them. Those who are on the path of liberation naturally have feelings of adoration towards those who have attained liberation, just as one who is after wealth pays his respect to the wealthy. Raju, so do we not get worldly joys out of worship of the Lord? Subodh, conscious devotees do not desire worldly joys, but since their feelings of homage are meritorious, they attract merit karmic matter and on fruition therefore get pleasures of this worldly existence also. But such people do not regard these as of any importance. The real benefit of such worship is to keep away from passions and pleasures of senses. Raju, how is the ritual arranged? Subodh, worship ritual is accomplished in daylight after taking bath and putting on clean clothes. The god should be worshipped standing before the image respectfully and with concentration, offering pure substances without any life elements in them. Raju, what do you mean by pure substances? Subodh, pure cleansed substances without any germs or insects in them are worthy of offering to the deity, example rice, dry fruits, almonds, etc., and pure filtered water. Raju, can we not worship our God without these offerings? Subodh, why not? Our feelings are the predominant elements in worship. The householders sometimes worship without any offerings. Some like to worship with the 8 substances, while others with one or more of these. Raju, this is all right, but I have not followed the whole procedure. Subodh, you want to understand everything just standing here. Come with me to the temple tomorrow. You will understand everything there. Raju, I will surely come with you. I have not only to understand the procedure, I shall perform the ritual of worship myself every day. Subodh, that is a nice idea. This is the only method of saving ourselves from worldly occupations and feelings of demand. Yeah.
Yes. So you see, worship means puja, method means process or vidhi, it is called vidhi in Hindi, and the benefit is the result or the phal or the fruit. Okay. So what is the fruit of worshipping gods, true scriptures, and true monk? Okay. So whom do we worship? We worship the God. Okay. The God means the who comes under God? Aryant and Siddh Bhagwan. Okay. Aryant is in the 13th stage of spiritual development, and Siddh Bhagwan are li liberated souls. Okay. Both are considered as God. They have manifested complete knowledge called omniscience. Okay. And they are completely passionless. That means Vitrag. Vitrag Sarvagna. Now, the third quality is called Hitopdeshi. Hitopdeshi matlab, Hitopdeshi means they they are always giving sermons for the welfare of the people. Okay. Hit ka updesh. Welfare, they give sermons for the welfare of the people. Okay. So giving speeches is only related to Aryant because Siddh Bhagwan does not have a body. So how they will give the sermons? So under the god, Aryant and Siddh both are there. Out of this, only Aryant is able, whose sermons are there, and through these sermons, the scriptures have been written. Okay. So what is this worship ritual? The puja that we do every day in our temple. Okay. And this puja we do by taking 8 substances. Okay. You have seen there are 2 plates. On one plate, there are 8 substances, different substances. And on the other plate, you have to just pick up from here and put it there, as the ritual progresses. One after the other, each item is, we are submitting to the God, to whom we are worshipping. So who is adored God? First of all, we must know the definition of the God. Okay. First page, previous page. Yes. Who is this adored God? The aim of the soul is to annihilate wrong faith. When the word comes annihilate, it means completely destroy. Okay. So the aim of the soul is to annihilate wrong faith, that is moh, attachments, that is rag, and aversions, that is dvesh. So the main aim of the soul is to destroy moh, rag, dvesh, and to attain omniscience and supreme bliss. Omniscience is Keval Gyan, and supreme bliss means Anant Anand, Sukh. Okay. Happiness. Supreme bliss is happiness. So the aim of the soul is to annihilate wrong faith, attachments, and aversions. Wrong faith is delusion, attachments, and aversions, and to attain omniscience and supreme bliss. Whosoever attains that state means annihilate wrong faith, attachments, and aversions, and attain omniscience and supreme bliss, is the soul supreme, that is God. Soul supreme, God. Possessed of the 4 eternal achievements. What are these 4 eternal achievements? Infinite knowledge, infinite perception, Ananta Gyan, Ananta Darshan, Ananta Sukh, infinite bliss, and Anant Virya, infinite power. Okay. 4 eternal achievements. What are these 4 eternal? Jia, you write down in the textbook, so you will remember.
Yeah, I'm making notes in my phone. Side
Yeah,
by
directly on the computer itself,
no, on my phone I'm making notes
on the phone.
while
You're
you're talking.
okay.
Yeah.
So 4 eternal achievements would be infinite knowledge, infinite perception, infinite bliss, and infinite power. Ananta Gyan, Ananta Darshan, Ananta Sukh, Ananta Virya. Okay. So the one who has attained omniscience are possessing these 4 eternal achievements. And these are called the Arant stage, the 13th stage. So now the 4 non-obscuring karmas are left. 4 obscuring has gone, and because of that, 4 eternal achievements has been achieved. Now the remaining 4 will go, and you will attain the state of liberation, that is Siddhas. And the Siddhas are gods adored by all. So Aryant and Siddhas are gods adored by all, out of which Aryant has destroyed 4 Ghati karmas, obscuring karmas, and Siddhas has destroyed all the 8 obscuring and non-obscuring karmas. Now, what is the
What
scriptures?
is the what is the fourth one? Infinite power.
Power. Virya, Anant Virya.
हाँ,
Anant
uh,
Ananta Sukh, Ananta Virya.
हाँ, तो इंग्लिश में क्या बोले उसको? इनफाइनाइट,
Power.
इनफिनिट
Infinite power.
पावर. यस, ठीक है.
Power. Power.
हाँ, यस, यस. थैंक यू
So,
सर.
so, and what was the word you used for wrong faith? Mo, is it?
Illusion. Mo.
Mo.
Okay. And attachment is rag and aversion is dvesh. Okay.
But isn't mithyatva wrong faith?
Yeah, mithyatva means wrong faith. Mithyatva means
What does mo mean?
Hmm?
What does mo mean then?
Mo is only wrong faith. Mo and mithyatva are same words, synonymous. Okay. So the God, we know who is God now. Aryant and Siddhas are the gods. Now we come on to the scriptures. So the scriptures are the nothing but the voice of the Aryant. Okay. The scriptures has been written according to the sermons delivered by the Arhanta, which especially the Tirthankars. Okay. So this sermons, through these sermons, the knowledge has come passed on to person, and when there were no one to take it up, it was written as scriptures. So scriptures are nothing but the voice of the true God. Okay, and they teach us the tricks how to get liberated. So this is such a treasure that we have got. I'll give you an example. Supposing your grandfather has left enough wealth, okay, but he didn't tell you where it is. So you will be able to enjoy those wealth because you are not aware where it is. So if somebody tells you that your grandfather has left your wealth to you, it is there in that locker in the bank, and this is the key to that locker, then you can go and take out the wealth, golds, diamonds, whatever it is, costly material, right? You go to the locker, open the locker and take out this, and then you are able to enjoy that wealth, right? Similarly, the gods through their sermons has shown us the path of liberation. And this is how the path of liberation has come to us. So from Tirthankar to Gandhar, Gandhar is a monk. From there to another monk, and this in the series of passing of knowledge through monks to monks, there was a time when nobody was able to comprehend that knowledge. No one was there to comprehend that knowledge. And that is the time the monk thought that let's write it down. So the coming generation, they will read these scriptures and they will understand the path of liberation. So they started writing the scriptures, and that is how the scriptures has been written. And then for another, say, we are now into 2600. So another 2000 years has passed on, and we are still able to, we have still access to this right knowledge, and through the scriptures we are getting the right knowledge. So scriptures are worthy of our homage or worship because they are the voice of the true God, and they preach the gospel of real happiness. How to attain real happiness? That is the guidance given in our scriptures. After annihilation of wrong faith, attachments, and aversions. Okay. So this wrong faith, attachments, and aversions are the responsible for wiping out our happiness. So when we manifest right faith, then only we are able to walk on the path of liberation, and gradually we will also annihilate the rest of the passions, kinds of attachments and aversions, and then we will get liberated. Digambar spiritual monks following the path of complete renunciation are also worthy of our worship. So who are worthy of worship? The gods, the scriptures, and the monk. Okay, Digambar spiritual monks following the path of complete renunciation. They are possessionless. They have renunciated all kinds of possessions. Bharat Chakravarti and all who were kings, and they were the ruler of the uh, six regions of this universe. They also, when they thought that now is the right time to get into the path of liberation, they left all the kingdom, all the queens and the children and their troop and everything, and they become a Digambar monk, because they knew that if I want to manifest happiness, complete happiness, then I should initiate myself into monkhood and become a monk. So they left all the wealth and everything, and they became a Digambar spiritual monk. They renounced everything, okay? And they are also worthy of worship. So worthy of worship, we have three categories: gods, scriptures, and monks. So in the present situations, we are not having access to monks, true monks. So what we are left with is the scriptures and the God in our temple, the statue of God in our temple, the Tirthankars. Okay. So we worship the Tirthankars in the temple when we go to the temple. So those are gods. And then we also worship the scriptures written by those acharyas and other scholars who have written the scriptures. But the knowledge has come from the sermons of the Tirthankar. So it has been passing and passing and passing. And for another 2000 years, it is going to pass. And when the fifth era ends, there will be no religion. There will be no religion in the sixth era. When the fifth era comes to an end, the religion will also come to an end. This Jain religion, okay? And then in the sixth era, person will eat another person. The height will be only 4-5 feet, that is the time going to come. After another 2000 years. Not 2000 years, sorry. I'm very sorry. 18,500 years. Because this fifth era is of 21,000 years. We are still into 2,500 years. So another 18,500 years will pass by. Up to that time, the religion will still continue. And after that, the religion will not continue. It will be eliminated from this place. But if you go to Mahavidesh Kshetra, there is always a Tirthankar there, there is always a Acharyas there, Upadhyayas are there, and monks are also there, and you can have access to all kinds of knowledge over there in the path of liberation, and you can also get yourself liberated in that birth itself. Now the next question. Yeah.
So, sorry. So, fifth era is totally of 20,500 years.
21,000.
And so, we are currently in the 2,600th year.
Yes, yes. Not
And
exactly,
so,
slightly less than that. Like that.
And the scriptures will be there for just another 2,000 years. Then they'll go away.
Scriptures will be there for another 18,500 years, up to the fifth era, fifth era.
Okay.
So
And
the,
gods will be there.
yeah, gods is not there still now. So how it could be after 18,000 years? Gods are not here in this particular shape place, but it is there in Videshetra, always there in Videshetra.
No, like gods in our temples, sir.
So that is the statue, right?
Yes, sir.
That will be there.
Even in the sixth era.
There up to fifth era.
Okay.
Of the fifth era, we will have God, we will have monks, we will have scriptures, everything. But God will be in the form of statue in the temple, okay? And we will pray to those God through the to 8 substances, okay? The process, the ritual of worship that we do in the temple, we pray to God through 8 substances. Those 8 substances we are going to discuss just now. What are these 8 substances? And in detail, we will be doing it in the puja. Okay. So we know God, we know scriptures, and we know the monk. Now the next question is, our parents one minute. Our parents, our teacher parents are also called gurus. Should we worship them also? Okay. So whom should you consider as guru? So our teachers and our parents are guru, but they are guru from the conventional point of view. Okay. They are not the real gurus. Real gurus are the Digambar monks, spiritually inclined Digambar monks. They are our guru. We can refer them as guru. So from the conventional point of view, they should also be respected. They means who? The parents and the teachers, according to their status. But they cannot be regarded as worthy of our worship in our pursuit of complete liberation, since they are not without attachments and aversions. Okay. So the teachers and the parents, they should be paid respect according to the stage they are in, but they cannot be regarded as worthy of our worship. So worship is only limited to true gods, to scriptures, and true monks, not beyond true monks. Okay. So worship should not be there, but we should pay respect to the extent that they are worth, since they are not without attachments and aversions. So those persons who are with attachments and aversions, they are not worthy of worship. Only the omniscient gods, scriptures that preach the gospel of complete detachment, and the Digambar Jain saints are worthy of our worship and worship ritual with 8 offerings. Okay. Now the next question. Agreed that we should worship the 3. Please let us know what benefit arise out of this worship. Persons having religious understanding do not worship these with desires for worldly gains. So what are the benefits of this worship? So worship is not for worldly gains or achievements. They have innate feelings of reverence, of respect towards them. And because of them, they are not able to resist their feeling of worship to them. And that's why they worship. Those who are on the path of liberation naturally have feelings of adoration towards those who have attained liberation. Okay? Why we have feeling of adoration towards those who have attained liberation? Because we are also following at that footpaths, right? In their footsteps. Okay? So the path they tread, we also want to go in the same way. And that's why we adore. We see there are fans of celebrities like film stars and cricket players and footballers and other sportsmen, there is a craze. And those fans are so mad after them that they are ready to do anything just to meet them, And when they meet, they feel that they are having the best time in their life. So, uh, so only those who are worth worshipping are the true gods and the true scriptures and the true monks. Everyone else deserve respect to their status, but not worth worshipping with 8 offerings. Okay. Persons having religious understanding do not worship these with desire for worldly gains. What is our ambition to worship these three? We also want to get liberated just like they have liberated. Okay. And we also want to walk on the path of liberation just as they are walking. Okay. And because of this, we are worshipping them. But there is no motive to gain anything worldly or to gain fame or to gain power, nothing of that sort. Okay. They have innate feelings of reverence towards them. Innate feelings means from birth, right? From their childhood, they are respecting them. When a kid comes to our family, after 45 days, we take him to the temple. And that is where we initiate them into going and praying to God, And from child, that mother carries that child to the temple every day. And he shows him that statue of God and says that, say, Bhagwan, see, this is Bhagwan. You bow to him. And the kid of 1 year, 2 year, they also learn those things. And it's such a good scenario, The parents who are giving this kind of impressions to their kids, they are also worth appreciating. Those who are on the path of liberation naturally have feelings of adoration towards those who have attained liberation. Just as one who is after acquiring wealth pays his respect to the wealthy, just as one is adoring a cricketer, one who wants to become a cricketer adores his idol, Similarly, we also uh, adore our true gods, true scriptures, and true monks because we also want to go into the path of liberation and get liberated. So, do we get worldly joys out of worship of the Lord? Conscious devotees do not desire worldly joys, but since their feelings of homage are meritorious, they attract merit karma matter, and on fruition thereof, get pleasures of this worldly existence also. But such a
Go to list to
Jia, can you scroll?
yes.
but such people do not regard these as of any importance. Okay. So worldly benefits, worldly comfort also you get when you pray to God because of the attachment present there, auspicious attachment. And when that auspicious attachment comes into fruition, you get good things in life. But our purpose is not that. Okay. We do pray to God, but our purpose is not to get worldly comforts. Our purpose is to get liberated. How is the ritual arranged? No. Our question is not complete. Conscious devotees do not get worldly joys, but since their feelings of homage are meritorious, they attract merit karma matter and on fruition thereof get pleasures of this worldly existence also. But such people do not regard these as of any importance. Okay. So all the good comforts in life, these people only get, but they don't regard them as of any important thing. The real benefit of such worship is to keep away from passions and pleasures of senses. So, what methodology we follow, that if you want to get rid of some bad habits, what you do? You always think on those lines, or what you do? So our acharyas have given us a very simple solution. You get yourself engaged in a good cause, and automatically the bad habits will go away because you will not find time to indulge in that. Okay. So the real benefit of such worship is to keep away from passions and pleasures of senses. So the moment you join Parmagam honors course, okay, you are finding less time for other sensory objects because you are studying here, you are doing homework, you are doing assignments. So all these is engaging you in this kind of concepts. Okay. And this is simultaneously binding you auspicious karma, from where you will get all the good things in life automatically. You don't have to ask for it. You will get automatically. But instead of getting it automatically, you don't have desire for that. Okay. And you don't want to any kind of worldly joys from out of it. The real benefit of such worship is to keep away from passions. So if you indulge in some good habits, all these passions and pleasures of senses will go away. How is the ritual arranged? Worship ritual is accomplished in daylight, most probably in morning itself, okay? After taking bath and putting on clean clothes. So you get up in the morning, you study first, you meditate, and then you take a bath, and then you put on clean clothes, and then you go to the temple, and in the temple you worship the deity, the gods there. Okay. The god should be worshipped standing before the image respectfully and with concentration, offering pure substances without any life element in them. Okay. So while doing the worship ritual, we are offering substances, 8 kinds of substances, but those 8 kinds of substances are very innocent, without any life element in them. Okay. So we use only those substances which don't have any life in them. What do you mean by pure substances? Next page. Pure, clean substances without any germs or insects in them are worth offering to the deity. Example, rice, dry fruits, almonds, and pure filtered water. Okay. So these are some of the things. In all, total 8 substances are there that we will do detail in the next puja. Can we not worship our God without these offerings? Okay. So those 8 offerings are always required, or you can offer your prayer to God without these offerings. Why not? Our feelings are the predominant elements in worship. The householders sometimes worship without any offerings, because if you have less time, now if you have say 15 minutes of time for the worship, then what you will do? we will worship without any offerings. Just go through the whole poem, okay, without any offerings. Some like to worship with 8 substance, some others with 1 or 2 more of these. Raju, this is all right, but I have not followed the whole procedure. You want to understand everything just standing here? Come to me to the temple tomorrow. You will understand everything there. I will surely come with you. I have not only to understand the procedure, I shall perform the ritual of worship myself every day. So how motivated is his son from his father that he says, I will not only understand the procedure, but I will also perform the ritual of worship myself every day. So as a male fellow, you are privileged to do this Abhishek ceremony in the temple, and you must go to the temple. Okay. And what women can do? Women can applaud. They can just see and applaud. That is a nice idea. This is the only method of saving ourselves from worldly occupations and feeling of demerits. Okay. So what is the purpose of worshipping? The main real benefit of such worship is to keep away from passions and pleasures of senses. So the immediate benefit is this, that you get a good feeling and destructions of intense passion, etc. And the ultimate benefit is you become passionless, omniscience, and like him, like the God itself. Okay. So this was all about the 8 rituals. And if you are staying near the temple, you should go every day to the temple and perform this worship ritual every day. Because this is a cause of increasing your purity of thoughts in the mind, you know. So this is the one way of saving your time and putting it into good use. Okay. If you have any questions, we can take up. Otherwise, we'll move to the first chapter. Okay, take the first chapter. Homage to the Siddhas. Now, in this, Hindi is also written there. So we'll be reading the Hindi also. So this is basically homage to the Siddhas or worship to the Siddhas, and in Hindi we call it as Siddh Pujan. This is written by Dr. Bharilji, and this is one of the brilliant puja among the most popular among the Jain communities. So first of all, there is an invocation or sthapna. चिदानंद स्वातम रसी सत शिव सुंदर जान ज्ञाता दृष्टा लोक के परम सिद्ध भगवान चिदानंद स्वातम रसी. Oh holy Siddhas, you are sentient, enjoying your own self, the true, the good, and ever pure. Chidanand, you are sentient. Swatam Rasi, enjoying your own self. Sat, Shiv, Sundar. The true, the good, and ever pure. Okay. So these are the adjectives used for Siddh Bhagwan. Okay. So what Siddh Bhagwan is doing now? Enjoying his own self. Okay. So happiness is coming from inside, and Siddh Bhagwan has completed the path of liberation. So now he has got liberated. While having a liberated state, He still prays from there, enjoying your own self, the true, the good and ever pure. So the true is Sat. Sat means existence. And the good is the good, and Sundar is ever pure. What is function? Gyata Drashta Lok Ke is just an observer, okay, to know and to see the whole universe. Param Siddh Bhagwan, and that is what Siddh Bhagwan is doing. Okay. Coming next. So there will be 8 substances. Okay. So it is Jal, then we have Chandan, then we have Akshat, then we have Fool, Neved, Deep, Dhoop, and Phal. Last one is the Phal, fruit. So the first one is Jal. ज्यों ज्यों प्रभुवर जल पान किया, त्यों त्यों तृष्णा की आग जली, थी आस की प्यास बुझेगी अब, पर यह सब मृग तृष्णा निकली। ज्यों ज्यों प्रभुवर जल पान किया, the more I consume water, the greater the thirst for possession of worldly pelf, है ना? त्यों त्यों तृष्णा की आग जली. Trishna means desire. Okay. So whenever I consume water, the greatest thirst for possession of worldly pelf. Okay. So these are all rising in myself, and I want to get rid of this. थी आस की प्यास बुझेगी अब. Now this translation is not there in the English one. थी आस की प्यास बुझेगी कब. आस means आशा. Okay. थी आशा की प्यास बुझेगी अब, पर यह सब मृग तृष्णा निकली. What is saying? थी आस की प्यास बुझेगी अब. I have a hope that my thirst will be quenched, but it turned out to be mirage. In the desert, there is a mirage where that deer sees the brightness of the sun falling on the land, and through reflection, he is running on the direction because he feels that water is there. And he goes there and reaches the water, then he finds that there is no water here. Then at a distance he saws, and again he sees the water there because of that heat. And then he again go there and try to sip the water, but he doesn't get the water. So you see how difficulty is that without your meritorious karma, you cannot get anything in this life. आशा तृष्णा से जला हृदय, जल लेकर चरणों में आया, होकर निराश जब सब जग भर से, अब सिद्ध शरण में मैं आया. My heart burnt with desires and passions. Okay. आशा and तृष्णा से जला हृदय, जल लेकर चरणों में आया. I have come to you with this water. Having been in delusion of the world, I have come to the Siddhas for shelter. When I got frustrated from all other sources, I came to your shelter to make me understand whatever I am struck up with. Okay. So this was about water. The next one is about Chandan, sandalwood. तन का उपचार किया अब तक, उस पर चंदन का लेप किया, मल मल कर खूब नहा करके तन के मन का विशेष किया. First 2 lines we are doing first. I served my bodies in various way. तन का उपचार किया. I did a treatment for my bodily diseases. I also applied sandalwood, chandan paste for comfort. Took bath applying toilets and tried to remove physical impurities. Okay. So this is the try that the seeker is asking God to do. अब आत्म के उपचार हेतु तुमको चंदन सम है पाया. Now I want to cure the disease of this soul, and because of that I have find you as a sandalwood, because sandalwood are considered to be very cool, cold effect. Disillusioned with this world, having been disillusioned of the world, I have come to the Siddhas for shelter. Now I have realized that for the good of my soul, you are the real sandalwood. Okay. He is telling the God that you are the real sandalwood. So actually, by you are the real sandalwood means they want to mean that you are like sandalwood. You are not sandalwood. Tumko chandan sam. Sam means saman. So you are just like chandan. As the chandan takes out the heat out of the body, similarly, you will also take heat out of our body. So basically, we want calmness, coolness, eternal bliss in our life. And if we worship, we are going to get all these kind of comforts in our life. And ultimately, we are going to get liberation just like they have got liberated. Next is aksar or rice. सचमुच तुम अक्षत हो प्रभुवर, तुम ही अखंड अविनाशी हो. तुम निराकार अविचल निर्मल स्वाधीन सफल सन्यासी हो. क्लेशली किरणों का अवलंबन अक्षय पद तुमको अपनाया. होकर निराश सब जग भर से अब सीध शरण में मैं आया. You are in fact everlasting. So Akshat is everlasting. So you are also everlasting, unbroken and without destruction. You don't have any shape, particular shape. So you are formless. You are static. You are pure. You are free and have a successful recluse. Successful recluse means safal sannyasi ho. Okay. The person who practice celibacy, the person who have renunciated the 5 sensory objects. Okay. So those are the monks who have renounced all these things and become a celibate and practicing celibacy. ले शाली किरणों का अवलंबन अक्षय पद तुमको अपनाया. Taking support of the rice grains, I have comprehended the indestructible nature of the Siddhas. Okay. Taking support of the rice grains means the rice will not do anything. We are offering the rice as a means of worship. Okay. So taking the support of rice grains, I have comprehended the indestructible nature of the Siddhas. So Siddhas are indestructible because they have destroyed all types of karmas, okay? And by rice we mean akshat, and akshat means that cannot be destroyed. Having been disillusioned of the world, I have come to the Siddhas for shelter. Having been disillusioned means I have got frustrated and I am come to you for the shelter. Why I am frustrated? Because I am not getting happiness in any of the sensory objects. So I have come to you, Siddh Parmeshti. You show me the path of liberation and I want to get liberated. You know, this is the kind of request that a seeker in the path of spirituality asks. Now coming on to the next is flower, pushpa. हो शत्रु जगत का प्रबल काम तुमने प्रभुवर उसको जीता हो हार जगत के वैरी की क्यों नहीं आनंद बढ़े सबका प्रमुदित मन विकसित सुमन नाथ मन सिज को ठुकराने आया होकर निराश सब जग बर से अब सीध शरण में आया. You have conquered lust. Lust means काम. हो शत्रु जगत का प्रबल काम. Kam means ichha. Ichha means lust. You have conquered lust, which is the common enemy of all the creatures. Okay? Jagat Shatru, all the creatures has this lust as enemy. Because of this lust, they indulge in all the sensory objects and waste their valuable human life. But this God has won over that sensory objects. Okay? We rejoice in the defeat of this common enemy of all worldly beings. Okay? So let that enemy be defeated by all worldly beings and everyone become happy. That is the feeling spiritual seeker has always had, that just I became happy, let all the living creatures of this universe become happy like me. Because happiness comes from within, and once you learn the trick of going within you, the happiness will manifest in you and you will have a good time. With a happy mind in full bloom, I have come to you to discard this lord of lust. Okay? With a happy mind, okay? When you go to the temple, you should go with a happy mind. Okay? I have come to you to discard this lord of lust. Lord of lust. What does that mean? Lord of lust means the person who is a lord of lust, who is always engaged in sensory objects. Okay? If one desire comes to an end, there is another desire. And when that desire comes to end, he will have another desire. So there is no stoppage of desire. Desire keeps on coming and coming and coming, and that is the person who is the lord of lust. Okay? And I have known that any kinds of desire is not going to make me happy at all. So, I have come to you to discard all these sensory objects and their corresponding lust in it. Okay. Then he says, having been disillusioned of the world, I have come to the Siddhas for shelter. O Siddh Parmeshti, you show me the path of liberation and let me become happy. I offer to you this flower to destroy lust and passion in my being. Okay. So the next in the sequence is Neved. Neved means sweets or any other kind of variety. I was under the illusion that life exists only on account of food. But we have seen there are people who are doing fast for years and they don't take food for 1 year and still they are surviving. So it is not that with food our life exists. That is our wrong belief. Okay. I was under the illusion that life exists only on account of food. Gia, take it up. Yes. Life, however, sustains without food in hell. So in hell, the hellish being is so much of hungry, infernal beings, but they don't get any kind of food over there. Their hunger is so much that if you bring all the food material of this universe, still they will be still hungry, but they don't get a uh, single portion of food over there. And human die even well feeded. And even if those people who are well feeded, they also die. Okay. So that means that food is not the cause of human existence. Right? Here we need to come to this conclusion. You are eternally happy without food. Okay. Sid Parmeshti does not have food and he is happy, eternally happy. I have come to you to discard my wrong faith. So first step would be in the path of liberation is to discard my wrong faith, to destroy my delusion, okay, and to attain right faith. So I have come to you, Siddhas, for shelter. Now next in the sequence is lamp, then incense, then fruits. Lamp is deep. I thought light is the cause of consciousness and senses help in its achievement. So I thought that light is the cause of knowledge. Consciousness means here knowledge. And then I also get knowledge from the senses. This was my belief. यह मान रहा था पर क्यों कर जड़ चेतन सर्जन करता है. But inanimate things cannot create animate existence as preached by other faiths. Okay. So inanimate things, those things which are not, those who doesn't have knowledge, these are inanimate things. Achetan padarth, jad padarth, right? But inanimate thing cannot create animate existence. Okay. But other faiths preach that way, that inanimate things can create animate existence. Okay. So this is the wrong faith. I am by nature all sentience. All sentience means I am having infinite knowledge. मेरा स्वभाव है ज्ञानमयी, यह भेद ज्ञान पा हर्षाया. I am by nature all sentience and happy to realize this faith. Having been disillusioned of the world, I have come to the Siddhas for shelter. I offer you this lamp in order to destroy the darkness of delusions. So we are offering lamp to destroy the darkness of delusions. So after each stanza, there is one line like this, which is written in italics, that shows that why are we offering this particular substance to you. Now coming to the dhoop, incense. This is the 7th in sequence, and the next would be the fruit, the 8th one. Okay. I am all sentience. There is no smell of lifeless existence in myself. मेरा स्वभाव चेतनमय है. Okay. Chetanmay means I am full of consciousness. इसमें जड़ की कुछ गंध नहीं. There is no smell of lifeless. Lifeless means inanimate existence in myself. मैं हूं अखंड चिद पिंड चंड पर से कुछ भी संबंध नहीं. I am a mass of knowledge sentience having nothing to do with non-self entities. Okay. I am made up of only knowledge and other attributes having nothing to do with non-self entities. पर से कुछ भी संबंध नहीं. I have no relations. यह धूप नहीं जड़ कर्मों की रज आज उड़ाने में आया हूं. It is not incense, but the dust of karmic matter, which I have come to throw to the winds. Okay. So, having been disillusioned in this world, I have come to the Siddhas for shelter. I offer to you this incense in order to destroy the karmic matter of the 8 kinds that settles in my being. So by this incense stick, I am offering this incense to you just to destroy my karmic matter of the 8 kinds. Now the last one, the fruit. Now you will see in this particular stanza, there are 8 substances that we had offered earlier. Okay. 7 offered earlier, and this is the 8th one. So in fruit, earlier 7 will also come and fruit will also come. I have been immersed in the pleasures of the senses. Sorry. 8 substances will come in the next one. Now it's only fruit. So fruit is the 8th and the last one. I have been immersed in the pleasures of the senses that have come my way as fruition of merits. Okay. शुभ कर्मों का फल विषय भोग. Because of my auspicious bondage which I have done earlier, I have got all the comforts of sensory objects. And because of that, I am indulging in those things only. I've been immersed in the pleasures of the senses that have come my way as fruition of merits. Okay. New desires have ever been rising and I have been engaged in satisfying these. Okay. One desire gets over, other desire comes up. So new desires keep coming and I have been indulging in that and I'm feeling myself satisfied. All these wrong inclinations have ever resulted in restlessness. So because of all these wrong inclinations, it has resulted in restlessness, akulta, anxiety. Okay. Having been disillusioned of the world, I have come to the Siddhas for shelter. So I offer to you this fruit in order to achieve the fruit of complete liberation for myself. So see, we are offering each object with a view to get something in the path of liberation. Okay. To get ahead in the path of liberation. Okay. So that is the only purpose of offering worship to the gods, to 8 substances. Now is the last and final one, the arga, and it is called mass of all 8 substances. Okay. Arga means mass of all 8 substances. So this is the last one after offering 8 substances. This is the concluding one where where all the 8 things will be included, and in this you will realize that all the 8 names have been included. Now first, go slightly up. Yeah, I'm reading the English one only. Yes. I drank water. So the first one, water came. Why we used water in the first place, I offer to you this water for destroying my circle of life and death. This has been not able to quench my eternal thirst. So I drank water, then I applied sandal paste. That is the second one. Sandal paste means why I offered you sandal paste? I offer to you the sandal water to exterminate the fire of worldly existence. So there is a function of sandal also, sandal paste. Third one is enjoyed the sweet smelling flowers. So water was one,
Destroy last time.
candle was second, and the uh, sweet
Smelling flowers.
flowers is the third one. Okay? So third one also has been done. The fourth one, the fourth one was rice. Okay, and the fifth one was uh, sweets. Okay, so I enjoyed all sorts of delicious dishes. Delicious dishes. So in this, fourth and fifth both are included. Fourth one was rice and fifth one was sweet. So both are included into delicious dishes. And lighted lamps of jewels. So lamp was the sixth one. So six have come. Now incense and fruits are left. Fragrance of incense was inhaled by me. That is the seventh one. I enjoyed the fruits of the merit of the fast. So fruit has also come. So first three lines, we have included all the 8 substances. Okay. And now I'm offering a whole mass of 8 substances as a symbol of, worshipping. Even then, I remained uneasy. After offering all these substances, I am still uneasy. I am experiencing anxiety. Okay. I am experiencing restlessness. Okay. Even then I remained uneasy. I have not understood this mystery. I am not understanding why I'm offering all these things. Still, I'm not happy. I'm still restless. When I came to you, my Lord, I realized my own soul force. So now when I came to you, I am realizing my own soul force, how capable I am, how powerful I am, how I am possessing infinite attributes. I realized this when I came to you, Lord. I realized from your presence that there is no joy in the pleasures of mind and senses. Okay. I have come to abjure. Abjure means tyag, renounce the pleasures arising out of these 8 substances. Having been delusions of the world, I have come to the Siddhas for shelter. So this is the 8 offerings and the concluding part. I offer to you this mass of the 8 substances in order to achieve everlasting happiness of the soul. So that is the purpose. I want permanent happiness, everlasting happiness. I don't want temporary sensory happiness, because those comes and goes and then I become sad again. I want everlasting happiness. So once I become eternal, once I experience eternal happiness, then it is always everlasting. And that is the purpose for which I am worshipping. Now, the Jai Mala remains that we will cover up in the next class and finish this puja, and then we will move on to the other chapters that are remaining. So we have done so far chapter 3, chapter 4, chapter 2 today, then chapter 7 and chapter 10. So we have completed 5 chapters. We are on to the 6th one, and still there are another 5 chapters left over. So it will take another 3 weeks. So by June 3rd week, we'll be completing this Vitrag Vigyan part 3. Okay. So I hope that you should revise what you have read earlier, because 7 fundamentals was a very basic topic. And even if you have not clarity on that, then if we go further, then you will have more doubts. So what you can do, if you are free now, then on weekends, wherever you find time, you revise the earlier chapter. You can go through the recordings when you are going for a walk or something like that. When you are traveling, you can listen lectures at that point of time and understand whatever you have not understood. or you can still directly read the scriptures, and from there also you can understand. Okay, but you should understand it properly to get the real benefit. Okay, and the real benefit is the happiness in our life, to find a solution in all the problems, to come to a correct decision. These are all possible only with the wisdom that you will achieve by understanding these concepts and principles. Okay, so with this we end today. Next week we'll be completing this, yeah, and then
So
we'll.
I had a question for the second assignment. I'm doing it right now. I would
Okay,
just want to confirm what exactly is the prompt. Like we have to do the four expositions,
yeah.
Mythbusters, and we had said something about examples. So can you explain that again? Like what examples do you want?
Lectures,
Sorry,
the lectures on 4 exposition you have listened,
I'm listening to it right now.
so you will get the examples there.
Okay, so you want
So,
examples for each exposition?
go through the examples, okay, and then if you are not able to understand any part, you call me back. We will have a one-to-one call and I will explain you everything. Okay,
Okay.
but first go through the lecture. We have covered everything in a very detail, and hopefully you will understand. But in case if you don't understand any, not this chapter, any chapter, if you are struck up anywhere, you are not able to understand, you are always free to ask me anytime. We will, I'll take my time out and explain you those. Okay. Yeah, Madhuji, you were asking something?
Yes, sir. I want the PDF for the second chapter. I think the others are all right in my
Okay.
PDF,
I will,
except the
I'll send it.
yeah, will
uh,
share it.
and
So you
uh,
download
and
this, and only the few pages you have to take out a printout and attach.
yes, sir.
Okay.
Attach it. Yes, sir. So I'll be needing it a little earlier.
Okay. No.
Uh, yeah, yeah. Yes.
When you will be,
Thank you, sir. Pardon me. Pardon me, sir.
when you will be back.
No, no, I'm back, sir. I'm back.
Okay.
Yes, yes, I'm back. Yeah, yeah. So, thank you, sir. Thank you for the class.
Yeah. निज निज में बताई यह अनंत उपकार है, उसके लिए जिन वाणी माँ को वंदना सत बार है, उसके लिए जिन वाणी माँ को वंदना सत बार है। 9 बार नौकार मंत्र गिनेंगे। जय जिनेंद्र।
Nindra. Jai Hind.
जय जिनेंद्र।